still evident.
I hated both these teams when I played for Christchurch and Dunedin, and now I'm up here with these guys, so it's funny how that works.
So yeah, after the game, people are always mates and that, but when you're on the ice, it's game on. As Thuler looking to hold on to that puck, he's kind of getting challenged by Vesper. He had a strong contest. He had that early turnover. It led to a goal. And Kozak loses the handle to Vesper. He does a little snapshot, misses the net. But Admirals still pressing. Scott Henry looking to get it. Oh, and that's possibly going to lead to an icing.
Ooh, close stretch pass.
Looking for that stretch to Andre Kozak, but Andre does not hold it. And he wasn't reaching the puck first. So if he does manage to overtake that defenseman before those hash marks, then they will negate the icing. The icing will be waved off, and then play will continue. However, the referee, the linesman, decided, no, didn't happen.
I think at 50-50 puck, they'll call that to the defense, so for icing, just to avoid a bad hit down low.
It is for player safety as well. That's one of the rules that's really quite smart that they put that into place. You'd hate seeing guys getting hurt on it, just trying to chase out the icing.
Yeah, protect your players.
Backhand shot here, early chance for the Admirals. That deflected off the backboards up and then landed directly on top of the net behind Grace Harrison. We'll see if the faceoff it should still be inside the zone.
Yeah,
perhaps not, though, if it deflected off of no one. Shot by the Admirals.
Yeah, well, it's off the Admirals. I wonder, that should be outside. But we learn new things every day, don't we, Ian?
Absolutely. And it's really good to get the feedback from any of the fans that are watching these games that have the rule book literally at their fingertips. Yeah. They can feedback to us and say, hey, well, that's what this is. Just like last night's game, I didn't know what two hands with the referee signal pushing outwards like this means.
Is that from behind boarding?
Yeah. From behind. Yes, checking from behind. Because the boarding symbol is a fist.
Yeah.
To the hand.
I think that's changed in the last few years, though. I've seen a lot of that, actually, now that you say that. But I've never had to ask that question before about a puck on top of the net.
There you go. Even as a goaltender, it'd be pretty. That's your net that you're trying to defend.
Well, it's usually in the back of my net, so I don't have to worry about that too much.
You're being hard on yourself, Matt. I think you have a very good pedigree of hockey and background. So
thank you, Ian.
Olzov gets a hit there from Dago.
A couple hits,
not just one. As Atwell gives it up to Fraser, and he sends it down, but Mawson collects. And again, last night's game, a lot of giveaways. And in this, you will see it a lot more with a shorter ice. Giveaways lead to turnovers. Puck possession is crucial.
We'll see that hit count up tonight, too, that's for sure.
That's Mason Kennedy. Nice pass in the neutral zone to Ellis, who's kind of going back the other way as Taylor Kennedy sends it in. Fuller and Harrop battling. Olazov comes away to the neutral zone. 3-on-2. Goes wide. Looking for a pass. Fraser Ellis gets a stick in the lane, deflects that wide. Henderson with it.
Looks like the Swarm have been told to get the goalie moving tonight. There's a lot of passes when they could be taking some shots. Might be a game plan we'll see trying to play out for the night.
Often taking a shot is a good idea, and each shot is a good shot. However, the Admirals were really good at blocking shots yesterday. So they get in the way. Nothing gets in cleanly. Yeah. And Chaba is a very good goaltender who first shot and he sees it, just as we witnessed. Like, that's a pretty weak backhand. Yeah. Just a shot on net. It can also lead to a face-off, which, as we get a couple extracurriculars after the whistle.
There we go. 2 minutes.
It looks like the referee will put his early stamp on this game and say, okay, we're not going to tolerate that after the whistle play, which there was a lot of.
I think it's 2 minutes for having a horrible mustache. Is that a penalty?
That is a nice upper lip sweater there by Taylor Kennedy as he sits down, maybe to have a little trim. And so that is an early power play to the Botany Swarm here in enemy territory down at the Brig in West Auckland. So they have 5 players on to Admirals 4. Hopkinson does well on the faceoff, back to Sandoy. Sandoy, wrist shot, blocked by Chalice. Chalice in a foot race with Sandoy. He beats him to the puck. Passes over to Moses, but Moses can't hold on to that hot pass.
It's hit by Remy Sandoy there.
And Sandoy, we interviewed him yesterday. He played 150 NZIHL games, which is a massive achievement. And again, I want to congratulate him for doing so. Just a great human being all around.
It's pretty cool. I played with him 2 years in Dunedin and now up here. He was actually one of the groomsmen for my wedding a couple years back. So, here we go.
There you go. The bond that players and people have through this sport is testament there with what you've just said. And that means a lot probably to you and also to him.
Nice save by Chubba there.
Absolutely. So Swarm still in the power play, and it's now cut in half to a minute. I think they might have registered. Oh, there we are. Another nice shot on goal as the shot got deflected on the way through. Looked like Vesper had a stick on it, and that puck did rise pretty fast. And Chaba, again, up to the task, flashing that leather glove.
Snatched it out of the air.
So Swarm, literally 1 minute in their power play. We've played almost a full 6 minutes of hockey so far in the first period of play. Atwell wins the faceoff. Polozov.
Back door's open.
Does go there to Vortnov. Nice saucer pass. Mawson has it poked, checked away from him nicely by Sestroni. One of the penalty killers for the Admirals. Keeping the Swarm on the outside of that box formation that they're playing. You'll notice they'll try to keep it in a square and often will hold it tight, meaning that they stay and they kind of collapse to their own net.
Puck loose in front.
Loose in front here, and Admirals do clear.
Net managed to stay on there too.
So Swarm going back on the attack. Atwell enters the zone, gets hit well by Harrop, gives it to Vortnov. Vortnov has his pass intercepted by Regan. That's Alex Regan.
Getting some physicality up now.
These players jostle for puck position, and Daigle sends his man down quite easily as Thuler gets sent down again. He's a little bit upset by that, but play will continue.
There's an icing call coming up.
As no icing happens, as Fraser Ellis negates the icing by beating his man to the puck. Daigle walks the line. Puck is cleared. And Flynn Hayward-Jones retreats down to collect. He'll go behind the net. Stops up. Looks up ice. Goes up the wing to Henderson. Receives a nice check from Puckett from skating.
Gavin's forehead. Nice hit there.
Henderson on the wall. Battling with Hill. Some good board battles happening in this rink. Daigle up to Henderson. Henderson laboring over the line. Puckett on the back check. Has it now. Sends it up to Whitston Lee. That's behind him. Does well to get it back, stealing it off Daig. And Whitston Lee in the middle. Hit by Chalice. That turns the puck over to Flynn Hayward-Jones. He skates up the wall. Gives it to Sam Moses. Moses looking for support. Chalice has it. Takes a bit of a weak shot on net, gets it in. Moses chases it up. He's hit by Sandoy. Rooney. He goes for it. Takes a hit by Ollie Hay.
A little reverse hit there.
Players are often able. There's another collision at the line. Admirals pressing. Moses can't convert in front. Does it again. Shot. Saved by Grace. And Rooney has another hit from Ollie. So again, the hit count certainly up in this game. As
Admirals
battling very well.
Oh, here we go. Delayed penalty.
Looks like Botany got a little bit liberal with the stick there on one of the Admirals players and sent him to the ice, and Ollie skates directly to the box, knowing, okay, I feel a bit guilty.
Back to his front door down there in the penalty box.
So that will send the Admirals to a power play, and we know that they are quite a potent power play, meaning they can score often very quickly. What do the Swarm do with their penalty kill? What's their tactic?
Well, I think the Swarm's idea is to try and keep the puck to the outside of the ice, meaning they don't want any shots from inside that circle, inside the slot. So we'll see how they go. The Admirals have a pretty good power play. They can pass that puck around pretty quick. So
But as we mentioned, it is a smaller space, but the dimensions inside the blue line should still be the same. But in an international size rink that is Botany, it is noticeably larger.
A lot more room to get lost.
NZIHL has a shot here. He shoots and scores. Just as that quick, it happens. Receives a pass from Ellis on the forehand, off the forehand. Beats Grace on the glove hand, just below the glove, above the pad. Quite a difficult spot for a goalie to save.
That's a great shot.
And that's 1-0. Swarm going to be ruining a little bit by that penalty. As we've had indicated that the penalty kill needs to keep the pucks to the outside, and that's a shot directly from that slot that you mentioned.
Right in the inside, so that's a tough one there. That's a nice shot, 12 inches off the ice above the pad. That's pretty tough for a goalie to grab.
So that is a power play goal to the West Auckland Admirals, opening up the scoring. Even though they are down on the shot count, they are ahead on that scoreboard. So icing is negated as Atwell had a touch on that. Swarm countering very quickly here. But both teams not wanting to give an inch. And you can see that in this physical play. Sandoy steps in, takes a backhand, blocked by Mason Kennedy. He puts it off the boards. Does clear the zone, pulls up. Spinning and turning at center ice. Goes to Atwell. Atwell backhands and goes for a change. Mason Kennedy sends it up high, flicks it almost all the way down the rink.
Gets a change for his team.
As Taylor Kennedy has it. Over to Mason. Mason up the middle to Henry. Henry to Vesper. It's a good break-in play, but Vesper gets a little bit of his sandwich out there and just hacks underneath it, and it went right up like he was stuck in the sand trap, and that goes right over the glass.
Luckily, it wasn't in his zone, so no penalty for him on that one.
Often if you're on the bench sitting there, even as a backup goaltender, you got to be ready.
It
with
keeps
your
you in the
catcher
game.
or even your helmet. Like, if you're not paying attention, you take one off the Swede.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
going to sting.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good, that puck.
And we have another Eagle Eyes referee linesman out there with great X-ray vision, seeing that a Swarm player was over that blue line before that puck crossed, and that will be offside.
Swarm win the draw, but Admirals get away with it.
Yeah, puck control after a face-off is again another one of those key things in the game you really need.
Crucial. Good game so far, though, Ian.
Yeah, we've only played just over half the first period. There are 3 periods of 20 minutes out here in West Auckland. We thank you very much for tuning in to this broadcast. It's a 1-0 hockey game. The West Auckland Admirals are ahead by 1. Last night's game was a 3-1 win to the Admirals. 3 of those goals scored in the first period, so sometimes a pretty high-scoring first period action.
Looking like a pretty even game so far. It's good to see. A lot of young people, young kids on both teams this year too. We see a bit different look from last year, which is nice to see. A lot of those Mako kids making their way up to the big clubs.
And that's another addition when you have the development program that is in place. As we get a quick shot that's deflected up into the netting, we'll have a stoppage. And it's good to have that growth. And with COVID, I guess one of the positive things, if you could look at it in a positive way, is we didn't have imports coming into the country. Yeah. So these kids have spots to play in, and they will get regular game time, or more regular game time than they possibly would have had if there were more imports. So what does that mean when there's more imports in the country in the past for you?
Well, it was great for me, seeing as how I was one of those imports, and now I've got a life here. So it's pretty cool being able to bring in people from around the world to play hockey here and get a taste of it, because they go around, and that's how news of hockey in New Zealand spreads. They come over here and see what this is.
We got a penalty here. 2 players did a little bit of reverse hits, as you mentioned earlier. It looked like Ollie Hay and Andy Hart were having a bit of a collision. Andy decided he didn't like the second kind of reverse hit, and he decided to do a little cup check on Ollie.
Oh.
And no.
He gave him the can opener, did he?
You can't do that. Oh, can opener, a little different. Yeah, you have to stick between the legs and then pull the guy down. This one's more of just a literal 2-hand right in between the legs.
May have opened his can, I should say.
Not so nice. Not a good feeling. So Swarm on the power play. Let's see if they can capitalize on this one. They were not successful in their first attempt, but Admirals controlling the puck early, and they will take off some valuable time off that clock. Alex gets it behind his defenseman. He comes in and shoots. Tries to go 5-hole. Grace down.
Nice save.
And does make the save.
Swarm can't be letting players get behind him like that, especially on the PP.
Yeah, they have the man advantage, and when you get beat one-on-one, not the situation you want to put yourself in. But they're back on control. Polozov. Down to Vortinov. Gives it back to Polozov. Has a hard time holding on to it, but he gets over to Vortinov. Vortinov goes up the left wall. Tim Lawson, one-time shot saved by Chaba with that great left pad. Looking quite sharp. He's following the puck very well as Robin goes along the blue line, takes a shot.
Ooh, nice save by
down
Chaba.
by Chaba. Could see it possibly the whole way as Sandoy and his D-man.
A few extracurriculars again. Looks like Deggs is wanting to start a few things tonight. He's been in a few little tussles already.
Again, it's one of those things. You just can't let the opposing team take any liberties in front of your goaltender. I mean, as a goaltender, you probably want guys that are going to clear the space, and they let you know that they got your back.
100%, yeah. It's good to have people like that on your team, and luckily both of our teams have that. So it makes for a pretty eventful game for the crowd anyways, seeing a lot of punches be thrown every game.
And it's good to see that the refs are letting some of it go, and the players are somewhat responsible for their actions and behavior, but they will be pulled up if it's crossing that line. Thuler looking for a bit of a shot pass for a deflection. Ollie Hay with it now to Kozak. As Ollie directs traffic, Kozak takes a hard slap shot, gets through, saved by Chaba.
Rebound makes it out again.
So there are rebounds that Chaba is putting out by his pads. However, the Swarm cannot find them, and the Admirals are clearing them away quite successfully.
They want to stay in this one. They're probably going to have to get their stick on a couple of those rebounds.
So 25 seconds in the power play to the Swarm. Thuler with it down to Kozak. Kozak back up to Thuler. Doesn't have a shooting lane, so they are keeping him to the outside. There's not a lot of danger in that as Ollie gets filled in by Mason Kennedy. As players come together again. 6 seconds, then Andy Hart will be back out on the ice and freed
for the power play.
And no goals on that power play for the Botany Swarm. A few shots on net, though. They are definitely testing Chaba.
Having a good game so far with both goalies.
Andy Hay up to Max Hill. Max up to Whitston Lee. 2-on-2. Whitston Lee with a shot. With a routine save right in the chest of Chaba as he skates away from some of that shenanigans that's developing.
Gavin Puckett ended up with a couple sticks there.
He just liked the other team's sticks so much. Just wanted to have a little look. Is that what kind of curve you got there, bro? Is that the new one?
It's one way to save money in a recession is just get your sticks at a game.
So 6 minutes, 10 seconds remaining, first period. NZIHL ice hockey. Two Auckland teams going at it. And keep an eye out if you see number 17 for the Admirals out there. If he scores, that's Dale Harrop. That will be his 50th NZIHL goal.
Number 50.
So that could be that's a milestone number.
That's pretty cool. I've been a part of that. I'm sure probably 15 or 20 of those are on me, so I'm glad I can be a part of history. I think I did that for Eden too. He came back just to play a game when I was down in Christchurch last year to get his 400th point. I think he got 2 that night. So
he is well
You're welcome,
ahead.
Chris.
Yeah, Chris is the all-time points leader for the NZIHL. Still currently playing.
Is he playing this year again?
It seems like it. He's in the lineup. As Chaba squeezes the glove and takes a nice save there again. He seems to be very dialed in. Yeah, Chris Eden's still playing down in the Red Devils. They unfortunately went down to the Sky City Stampede 4-1 in their last game.
Playing again today.
And they'll be again today, yeah, that's correct. And one of the younger players for the Stampede Max McCog, he's got 4 goals. He actually got those goals in 1 game.
Really?
Against the Phoenix Thunder. So him and Connor Harrison, oldie, 2 guys to watch. They are putting up some points pretty early on in this NZIHL season, and they're already started. This will be their 4th game
tonight,
yes. And this is just the 2nd game for the Swarm and Admirals.
Yeah, it looks like this year they've kind of avoided a bit of travel for the start of the season to try and keep the Auckland teams playing each other. I'm assuming when they had to book all the ice back in the day, they're trying to avoid some travel restrictions, which has been good. So fingers crossed we got a full season this year. Ooh, what a hit by the Nguyen Gretzky. Oh, no, that was Atwell. Rem's down low.
Great call right there. As Admirals set up in the Swarm zone, looking like a power play, but it is not. As a shot on goal redirected away, as another stick broken. Possibly one of those imported sticks. Not sure if they're very authentic. I'm having a look at it right now. It's a very gray stick. It's
not a lot of tape on it there, Vortnov. Not a lot of tape.
Kozak takes a shot to the goal. That's stopped by the skate of Flynn Hayward-Jones. Sends it up to Rooney, 1 against 2. And he has it taken off him by Luke Simon. Luke Simon up to Richie Hopkinson. Hopkinson curls back. Looks up ice. Feathers a nice pass up to Janssen, but Janssen can't hold, doesn't get it. But no icing.
No icing on that one, eh?
Andy Hay has it. Bit of an accidental move, accidental deke.
Those are the best ones, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, when you can fool someone.
Fool yourself and somebody else, it's good.
Yeah. Andy Hay behind the net. Rims the puck all the way around to a changing
Max
forward.
Hill.
And again, turn over the puck. As players not connecting with their passes. A little bit too far behind. Leading to another turnover. Max Hill, number 89. Kind of a McGillney number. Do you remember that player?
Yeah, oh yeah.
From the
One of the greats.
The Canucks, he was just lightning fast. And Hill looking to score lightning quick, and he doesn't. That just ricochets off the side of the net. Mawson sends it deep. Now in front, centering feed.
Swarm third line getting some pressure down here on the Admirals. Big hit from the smoothest skater in the league, Stephen Mawson, Jason Momoa.
It might be a small understatement there. He has definitely made lots of strides with his skating ability.
Those straight knees, I love them.
And we tell all the kids out there, you got to bend your knees. You got to really get that power from your hips. He is a big man, almost 100 kilos. So you get that mass moving. You got to generate a lot of power, a lot of force.
Most of it's hair, though, eh?
Yeah. He's got the flow. That is true. 2 minutes 20 in the first period. Stick around. We're going to be interviewing one of the West Auckland Admirals that has very flowing mane on the back of his helmet.
Oh, I'm going to guess, is this Mr. Head and Shoulders, Taylor Rooney himself?
That's it. Mr. Perfect.
Gross.
Centering pass. Oh, and it just doesn't go through as Atwell took a shot on net but didn't have all of it.
Wide open.
It fooled Chaba. The net was just a little bit available there. As the score remains 1-0. A bit of a tighter first period than yesterday. As Tyon, that's Luke, sends it in. Takes a hit from Vortnov. Looks like he's got a new weapon in his hand.
It only took him 4 seconds to tape it, so it wasn't too long.
As the player's lost his helmet, he's going to skate directly to the bench. That is a safety thing that he has to get off the ice.
Otherwise, it's
play
a
without
penalty,
your helmet.
Correct?
Yeah, for too long. Or the referee would notice and blow the whistle, keep things safe. Bit of an accidental contact that dislodged his helmet. Polozov to Sandoy. Trying a lot of saucer passes in the neutral zone and just seems to be pecked off quite easily by the Admirals.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be something both coaches will be talking about this. There's some sloppy passes out there today, but they'll get through it. And their start of the season, it's been, 8 months since the last time these guys actually played besides yesterday, isn't it?
Yeah, but
9
the
months?
coaching part of me says, you got a lot of off time to practice those
there
passes.
it is.
Oh, there's going to be a penalty there to.
Is that going to be on Fraser Ellis or Justin Daigle?
Justin, as he got the stick tangled underneath the Aquaman's legs, and he'll sit down for 2 minutes or less.
Ooh, Nick Henderson gets it.
Oh, it's sorry, I take that back. So
Third
something
man's
that
the
we did
charm.
not see. And the referee says Nick Henderson is going to go to the penalty box. So number 27 for the Admirals will sit in for 2. There's 38 seconds. Oh, excuse, let's correct that. 39.1 seconds up on the clock currently. So that time, if the Swarm are not successful, the penalty will carry over into the second period. As the Admirals dump it down and ricocheting off the glass. Some of the fans just had to react to that one. Puck moves very, very quickly.
That was pretty close to heading over the boards, too. That could have almost been a 5-on-3 for the Swarm.
That's true. That would lead to an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty if the puck does go over. There are some short glass here in this rink.
Yeah, it is.
It's a bit of a harsh call. Robin takes a shot right off the backside of one of the Kennedy brothers, and he blocks it again with his knee.
Blocking a lot of shots, the Admirals today. That was
And
a great
he's feeling
period.
So the scoreline here is 1-0 as the Brig faithful stand and applaud their team's 1-0 lead. So stay tuned to the next little intermission break as we will bring you not only some clips from yesterday's action, but also an interview with Taylor Rooney. Stay tuned. Kia ora whanau, welcome back to Paradise Avondale here with one of the Admirals' star players here with the amazing flow and the upper lip sweater that's to die for. Mr. Taylor Rooney, thank you for doing this.
Yeah, no worries.
Excellent. So just been asking you before we came live on camera how long you've been playing in this league, and you're saying how many years you've been in the league now?
Yeah, it's coming up on seven years, I think. It started 2015, so.
Awesome. And you've played all that time with the Admirals, or have you played elsewhere?
Yeah, I've been with the Admirals the whole time.
So you've been that's a heck of a long time to be with one team, and you've seen some growth from when the league's your involvement till now. How has things changed for you in the league, and personally, like, how have you gotten yourself better? Because you're playing at a really good level of hockey right now.
Well, I think the NZIHL has seen a huge change over the last few years. The Admirals as well. Like, I came in the first year that Chubba Kirchmagos was coaching in his first year with the Admirals, and seeing the change that we went from when I started with the Admirals to where we are now is huge. You know, we got a good amount of depth with the young guys coming up through the under-20s and the under-18s, and it's really good to see. I mean, a few years ago, a mid-season game like this, we wouldn't have seen this many people out. So it's awesome to see that, you know, hockey's growing in New Zealand, and not just the fans, but the core of the hockey skill as well is coming up with all the young guys coming up, which is great to see. Absolutely.
And also, we were saying earlier on with not having a lot of the imports come in, the younger guys are getting more of that rink time and that development that is really going to be good for the New Zealand teams, that like the Ice Blacks and selecting. So before we get to Ice Blacks, chatting about that, looking at the Derby, like, you've got West Auckland playing against their crosstown rivals, the Swarm. You took a win in their barn last night. Now you're playing in your home rink.
Yeah.
What's that going to mean to you and your team getting another set of points if you're able to take another W?
Oh, it's huge. You know, every game we take one game as they come. One game at a time, and every game, if we can come out with 3 points at the end of it, is ideal. And to win that home in front of our home fans just makes it all the sweeter. So
absolutely,
I hope that we can get that done tonight.
Yeah, and I wish you do get that. And you've got to compete against the Swarm tonight. But next matchups like the Sky City Stampede are looking like they're forefront runners at the moment. They've got another game against Christchurch. They've already got 3 wins. So looking forward to that matchup, getting down to Queenstown.
We always look forward to going down there. I mean, playing down there, the atmosphere is like nothing else. It's always good to play down there, and we're looking forward to that too.
Excellent. Well, best of luck in the rest of this game, and all the best when you do face this Sky City Stampede.
Thanks, Eve.
Thanks, David.
Cheers.
Puck is dropped, and we have an early face-off win for the West Auckland Admirals. He just elects to dump down into the Botany zone. Andy Hay back to chase. He mishandles it. Send in front, shot, scores! And we got a goal. That is Scott Henry straight away taking advantage of an errant play by Andy. Kind of a miscue off the stick. He would have liked to have that one gone out of the zone. Unfortunately, it looks like Vespers capitalizes. Quite an athlete. All right, we've just passed the 5-minute mark of the first period, and Olihei steps in. Ooh, and a shot save as traffic converges in front of Chaba, and Remy is giving a business to a young man, and we have a bit of business happening. The local matchups that occur. There's only 2 rinks in Auckland, and this is one of them, as we have a shot saved by Kennedy, extending that left pad on Max Vesper. Polozov with a drop pass to Olihei. Olihei shot. Ooh, and Chaba makes a nice squeeze play against that right-hand side post. And Remy sends down Vinny Sestroni to the ice. Once again, some good physicality in this game. Olihei goes one-on-one with the D. Takes a nice move around and sidestep shot. Oh, glove saved by Chaba. The puck is there. It is loose in front. Still not covered. Players battle for it. Ollie crashes the net, and no goal. That puck is kicked away from danger. Doesn't get his target, so we have Whitston Lee skating well. Does a great move to dangle his defender, but can't get past Justin Daigle. Keep wanting to call him Alex. Vesper, 2-on-1 shot to Vinny. What a save! Oh no, it's in! Kennedy had it on the glove, and then it squirts in over the line as the Admirals come back and strike right away after Whitston Lee had an amazing chance at the other end. as the Admirals are on the power play or the man advantage. Mawson introduces himself to Kennedy, and the puck goes to the net, and we have an Admiral on top of the goalie as a scrum ensues. Moses is throwing punches. We got punches being thrown by Kennedy, a couple of face washes. So it looks like no penalties called. The referees let them battle. Admirals still on the power play. That is very fascinating that nothing gets called when you have multiple players punching. A shot and another goal by the Admirals. One-time shot by Henderson. Pass from the corner, and it's 3-0 at the Hive in Botany. Kia ora, James. Nice to have you on the broadcast. Great to see people watching from all over the world. Second period is underway. Clears the puck out of harm's way. Janssen. Over to Hopkinson in the middle. Has his chance here. Shot blocked in the middle. Gets it back over the goal. Hopkinson trying to rebound, and they score! Janssen. Puck was in front of the net, and Janssen throws it up over the outstretched Chaba Kuskos Mangos into the top corner, and Botany manages to do what the coach probably asked for. Swarm break out of their zone. No, they don't. It's intercepted by Rooney. He has a clear path. Shot. Wrist shot on the goal. Saved by Kennedy. Rebound. Oh, off the goalpost. As Henry looking for his second of the contest. Doesn't get around his man. That's Remy Sandoy. Very hard to do. He's a huge, like 6'5" man. Takes a hard slap shot. Saves made. Chaba holds on as someone crashes into the goal. Mawson. Play was whistled down. The puck looks like it squirted into the net, but that will not count. Not where you want to give it to. And another giveaway. Thuler gets it. Passes it up to Kozak. Kozak streaking away on a breakaway. Has his stick lifted at the last second. And that is going to be looks like a penalty call. Goaltender, and he blows a whistle. That signals, okay, go ahead and take this penalty shot. Kozak streaks in. What's he going to do? Fakes a slap shot. Goes to the forehand. And he mishandles the puck. Kozak. Over to Mawson. Mawson has it sent down into the Admiral zone. No icing call, so that will take us to the end of the game. Kia ora whanau, welcome back to second period action, just about to get underway here. I'm Ian Wanamaker alongside Swarm goaltender Matt Kennedy, and we are just about to call the action for the second period. At the moment, it is 1 to the Admirals, none to the Swarm. So what were your thoughts on that first period of play there, Matt?
It was a pretty good period of hockey. I think the ice is a bit sticky today, it looks like. That's what I've been told. There's a lot of people trying to make some sauce passes out there that obviously aren't working. They're trying to keep it off the ice, but all in all, lots of hits, lots of shots. It's good. Hockey's back, baby.
Absolutely, yes it is. And down to give you a bit of an update, the Christchurch Red Devils are currently ahead 3-0
Not a big
against
deal.
the Sky City Stampede. 5 minutes to go in that second period of play, so they're just ahead of us in terms of their game time. So we'll keep you updated when and where we can with their live action. Hopefully you got to see the highlights of last night's match, or maybe not. Sorry, Matt. There were some moments in that game
Don't
that
watch the first
people
10
want to
minutes.
take back. The first 10 was, 3 goals against. And then Swarm did get a goal in that second period to start it off with, so maybe they will replicate that again here this evening. But they are currently on the power play. Another minute 27 to Nick Henderson's tripping call. So Botany on the man advantage early. So the referee just giving a couple of instructions there to defenseman Oliver Hay.
I think they're just letting the ice freeze.
As you mentioned, the ice was quite wet with the Zamboni, putting a lot of water down. And we need to have a nice sheet of smooth ice, otherwise that puck will stick and interrupt play, and you don't want that. As Ollie has the puck, over to Polozov. Swarm on the power play. Speaking of which, that puck just bit a little bit there in stride. And that's a shot goal! Oliver Hay! Puck takes an odd redirection and it wobbled and dipped down. Was going to go over the net, but went just above the shoulder of Chaba Criscos Mangos.
That looked like it went through his forehead. I don't know how that went in.
He was square to the shot, and he kind of just moved down slightly, and it went over his left shoulder as he dropped. So that's a power play goal within the first 16 seconds of this second period. Start the Swarm we're looking for.
Yeah, I don't know if you could ask for anything better than that to start your second period, especially being down 1. Good to see Ollie get on the board.
Yes, it just goes to show you just that confidence to take the puck over the blue line, shoot it. It was deflected, and that resulted in that wobbling puck, and it did dip.
It had a bit of flutter to it after that, eh?
So we've got a tie game at the break out here in West Auckland, NZIHL. Ice hockey action. 2 Auckland-based teams looking to get points. Swarm, they don't have any at the moment on the table. They are looking to get their first W of the season, whereas Admirals want to try to pull away as much as possible after getting 3 points in their first game last night. Jonsson with a nice pass over to Hopkinson. Hopkinson dangling in the middle. Shoot, scores! He goes top cheddar over Chuba's left glove. And they take the lead.
Right beside his ear again. I wonder if they were talking about that. That's 2 quick goals in really the same spot.
But that, got to admit though, Jonsson gets over the blue line. Too bad we don't have an instant replay, but if you watch this back, he goes over the blue line, sucks the defender in, saucers the pass into the middle man, which is Hopkinson. Hopkinson does a little quick kind of dangle where he gives himself more time and space, separates himself from the defender, and then takes a nice wrist shot, floats it up and over that goalie glove with Chaba, and now it's 2-1.
What an ideal minute of hockey there for the Swarm.
Admirals looking to respond, and they do. Paddled save by Grace. It's the game really taking shape here as the puck tries to get out of the zone, takes an odd deflection. Sestroni chases. He dumps it in. Luke Simon backhands it out of trouble. Vespers there, down to Scott Henry. Opening goal scorer. Now Regan surveys his options, goes in behind the net. He's hit by Puckett. And Winston Lee says hi to Regan, but Regan still comes away with the puck.
Bit of whiplash for Winston Lee there. Ollie Hayes sticking with his man in the corner. Good man-to-man coverage down low.
There's 2 Swarm players converge on Chamberlain there. And Remy Sandoy comes away with the puck. Held in momentarily by Hart, but then taken away. And Daigle puts it into neutral ice. Sandoy decides he's going to dump it in. Players go for a change. Hayward Jones, dangerous in front of the net. Robin Vortnoff with a shot, saved by Chaba.
Saved by Chaba. Nice and tight. That was a good scoring opportunity right there. What a save by Chubb.
Hayward Jones having trouble with holding on that puck. Does get it to Daigle. Daigle breaks away from his man. Comes in, shoots. Oh, and looks like Grace got a piece of it. Back behind her shot, and a goal. Luke Tyon collects the loose change out in front. Buries the second, kind of third opportunity. Looks like he's got his first NZIHL goal as Fraser Ellis collects him that puck. He'll be happy getting an assist from Justin Daig. And Luke Tyon scoring to even this game up at 2.
Here we go. Put your seatbelts on, guys. We got a game on our hands.
So that was a very quick transition from one end to the other. Daigle broke away, got a nice pass, beats his defenseman as a defenseman, gets a shot, save, put the puck back on net. It kind of ricocheted off the goalie and then squirted out into the neutral center ice, the ice area in the slot. And Tyon, Johnny in the spot, collects it, shoots it in the net. Takes a pretty easy one.
Nobody covering that first man in for the Admirals there. So bit of a lapse in D-zone coverage by the Swarm there.
It's that back door, kind of that opposite area of the goal that needs to be covered. And it's very, very dangerous.
It's tough to get your head on a swivel sometimes when this game's going so fast. Sometimes guys get lost, and that's essentially what just happened right there.
So Swarm back onto it here. Vortnoff takes a shot. That's blocked away by Kennedy.
He
sends it all the way down. And as Matt says, we will have an icing. And that will go all the way down to the other end of the rink. So it's not even 5 minutes played, less than 4 minutes, and 2 goals. Actually, 3 goals.
3 goals
just
now.
like that.
Getting your money tonight. And we also had somebody for the 3rd game in a row win the shoot for a hundy in between periods right now. So I think Auckland Ice Hockey is probably losing money at that stage with how many people are sinking shots from center.
So if you are watching this game on the live stream, you can get a chance as a fan to come out onto the ice and shoot a puck into the goal to win some money. Fraser Ellis with a pass over to Henderson.
What a play by Andre Kozak there, coming back. You got to like to see that kind of hustle.
That's good back check by Kozak to dive and poke that pass across away.
Admirals coming with numbers again. Oh.
Ellis being harassed kind of in his face area. And Hopkinson for the Swarm puts it up to Jonsson. Jonsson can't hold it. Coughs it up. No, gives it back. Kozak with it. Decides to loop a shot in onto Chaba. And he will go off for a change as we have a stoppage in play. And Chaba will hold on for a face-off.
You seem to see a bit of that lately with the Swarm. A lot of dump-ins on net from outside the zone, or just as they get inside the zone. It looks like they're trying to get a shot on net just to get a change. So see if that continues for the rest of the game.
Could be a tactic. They can try and get some fresh troops on the ice and get a good face-off win, as they did here. Ollie Hay with a shot blocked by Regan in front. Another shot doesn't get through. Regan with 2 blocks. Often a stat that gets a bit overlooked. Block shots.
Oh yeah, gotta love it. A Victor Hedman on your team, that'd be pretty nice, wouldn't it?
Oh, when you got a stud like that, the guy is an absolute beast on the ice, plays almost 30 minutes a game and stands probably 6'5".
I think that's why they pay him $8 million a year, though. So
yeah, he'd be definitely well worth it. Consistently one of the top defensemen in NZ, and I almost said NZIHL. Goodness, imagine.
I don't know if we'd take him here.
Yeah, don't know if he'd make it. Have a hard time fitting on the plane. Anyways, in the NHL. Puckett with a 2-on-3. He's upended.
It's pretty slippery over there, so.
Max Hill plays it to Puckett. Oh, that's Thuler pinching in from his defensive position. Mawson has it up on the top left-hand side of the point. Shoots it in the net. That's a good redirect, and it's puck's loose. They battle for it. Chaba's down.
Shot
another save.
Oh, nice save. Chaba down low. What a redirection there. I think that was, who did we have there? Gavin, or was that Max Hill got that
like
deflection?
Puckett in front of it. Yeah, it could have been one of those two.
Swarm
back on it. Robin in the middle. Shot. gets to the net, blockered down by Chaba. Some good net front presence here by the Swarm.
Nice hit. Quadzilla with the puck, back door.
Atwell swing and a miss on that one, looking to have a one-time on that pass. Mawson from the point, slap shot, hits his own man in the backside.
Sure that didn't feel very good.
Vesper comes down that right side, one-time shot by Sestroni, looking to get that one-time away. Again, another block. Mawson just gives it to Flynn Hayward-Jones.
It's a nice pass.
It's the other team.
It's tape to tape.
Again, one of the messages you probably would have wanted to hear from either side's coaching staff, as Thuler sends it all the way down. As an example, just as I'm saying it, putting a pass on the tape. There's an example. It just goes all the way down. No one touches it.
Got to get a stick all the way down. That's exactly it. Now you're back in your own zone. You can't take a change. So that's one of the rules here is if you ice the puck behind that red line, your team's not allowed to change. So Swarm definitely at a disadvantage here. Looks like they got some tired guys out there. Robin's got a hole in his back from that slap shot he blocked earlier.
And that shot doesn't get through. Takes a deflection. These players crash into the sideboards. Battling for that puck. Players a bit unsure as to who's going to go for it. Now Thuler, he clears it up to Kozak. Kozak
nobody wants it
directly to the opposition. That's twice that's happened in the last sequence of play. Janssen over to Andrew Hay. Andrew Hay back to Janssen. Just a touch out of his reach. And Daigle says a nice hit to Kozak again, and that backhand floater. Chuba
another floater into the glove.
Catching flies. Just
seen that about 20 times today already, no?
That's true. It's not that, see, that's just shots on net, still good. However, it's sometimes those lofty, wobbly shots that can really fool a goaltender.
Well, that's what you see the first one.
At you.
First one, wobble, right past the ears.
Swarm. Janssen down to Kozak. Kozak in front. Goes all the way to the point. Simon, a shot off a shin pad. Taylor Kennedy looking to get Ellis, but doesn't get to him. Andy Hay forced on the back check. Does well under pressure. Janssen clears the zone. Mason Kennedy. Over to Taylor Kennedy. Cross ice pass to Henderson. Henderson comes in. Sweep, gets the puck back, passes it. Could have had a shot. He had a golden opportunity to shoot the puck.
Yeah, he had a clear zone to the net there, about 10 feet out front of Grace Harrison. So
it looks like Andy Hay took a big hit there. And
same thing again. Grace with a great save.
as Dale Harrop goes over to check if he's all right. So 12 minutes, 14 seconds, and the score locked at 2. 3 goals have been scored in this second period, quite early on. Swarm getting a lot of shots onto Chaba. Could have been the message from the coach early to start the game.
I think
shots,
so.
Shots. Possibly hits, because the hits keep on coming.
I got to say, there's got to be more tonight than there was yesterday.
All together.
Like you said, this smaller ice makes for a bit more of a physical game. Not as much room to hide.
Yeah, a lot more of that individual one-on-one matchup really comes into play when you're playing on a smaller ice surface. It's a bit more noticeable. So again, it's those small things, those passes, the face-offs, the penalties.
I think Ollie Hay just got caught in Taylor Rooney's hair there. Had a bit to say.
We could have given him an early perfect plex. Old Mr. Perfect reference from wrestling.
Oh, that's Swarm. A long time ago.
Oh, that's when the wrestling was good.
Yeah.
Chalice looking to go top shelf, but just a little bit too high as Grace does the
wave
kind of
goodbye.
a modified RVH or whatever that was. Up against the post with the glove.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what you call that. You're a goalie, maybe.
RVH and the VH. So they've changed it since I learned all that stuff too. Now I'm supposed to do the opposite of what I was taught. So it's fun learning that. Something new at 32 years old.
Hey, well.
31, whatever I am. I stopped counting, yeah. Feel like I'm 50.
Well, the goaltending position, pretty important. Takes a lot out of you, and you're on the longest out of anyone.
Yeah, it's tough. It's fun. It's fun.
The up and down movements, yeah, I got to give you a lot of credit. As we are approaching the halfway point of the second period, we've got score tied at 2 apiece. Botany Swarm tying this game up with
another missed pass coming back down the Swarm's throat here.
As Dago gets sandwiched by 2 Swarm players. They close that gap pretty quickly. Vortinov looking up ice, does a flick pass.
Same result.
Stopped. Gets it back. Oh, here we go. And that's Kozak now. Dangling with the puck. Down low to Richie Hopkinson. Has it taken away. Goes up the boards. Mawson keeps the puck in. Jonsson in the middle. Takes a shot. Deflected wide.
Swing and a miss. Johnson's still got it down low.
Dago. Fights off the check. Misses Hart with the pass. And that will be an icing. So once again, we look at the little things in the game, Matt, where it's passes to the tape. Like, guys are putting the puck wobbling in the air into neutral ice.
Yeah.
That's quite difficult to put down and handle that. And it leads to another turnover and then possibly an odd man rush. You have too many players coming back against your D. You're going to have more back check. Back checking all game is making you very tired, and that takes a lot of energy.
It does. You don't want to be skating the full length of the ice multiple times each shift. By the end of the third period, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to have no legs left.
It's often a game of attrition, but hockey players are pretty fit. Both a combination of aerobic and anaerobic strength and capacity. As you know that goalies being on the longest, it's different. Like, it's just a different set of skills that you have. You're not chasing the game as much. The game comes to you. So as a forward player, they're constantly going. They should have maybe a 30, 40-second shift and then go off and make a change.
30, 40 seconds sprint. It's essentially like sprinting as long as you can until you can't really breathe anymore and getting off the ice. And typically in hockey, that's about 40 seconds because somebody's trying to take your head off while you're sprinting.
It's the fastest game in the world, and that's it. If you're not skating if you're standing still in this game, you're going to be left behind. You'll be out of position very quickly. Speaking of which, Botany is trying to get themselves into a bit of a defensive structure here. As Ollie uses the net to help him with that pass. Puck is cleared. Swarm to have it now. Polozov, 2 against 3. Lex to fake the shot, goes to the middle of that. Well, doesn't hold it.
He had it there.
Mason Kennedy avoids the check of Ollie Hay. Dale Harrop sends the puck down. Vortinov down to collect. Leaves it for Rooney. Gives him a bit of a
little whack after he let it go. Another one from outside the blue line.
So it was a bit of a wrist shot. Again, not overly difficult shot to save for Chaba, but
Chaba's not going to let one of those in.
It looks like Atwell wanted to change, so he goes off. But the Swarm that's what they've been consistent with so far in this game, is lots of shots, just continuing to shoot the puck. And there's another shot, blockered away by Chaba. Hopkinson gets crunched by Sam Moses. You can almost feel that up here.
I was going to say that.
Does well to hold on, gets another
there.
shot. Jonsson hit by Regan. Hopkinson looking to collect it. Doesn't. Thuler can't hold the line. Hit by Rooney. Nice center ice hit. The collisions keep coming. Alex Regan goes back behind the net. Uses it as a bit of a shield, bit of protection. Looking up ice, looking to make a pass. No Swarm players chasing at this point. It looks like Kozak will. And Regan just curls back away. Sends it up. Oh, Sestroni can't get it. And that will be an icing. It's hard to if the puck is not traveling along the ice and you're expected to receive it as a forward defender, it doesn't matter.
It's so hard.
It's so difficult if it's bobbling in the air and spinning.
Not a lot you can do there unless you're getting a skate on it or something. So.
And you're usually skating in strides. So you have to break stride to try and move to receive a pass. Again, that puts emphasis on accurate passing. It's one of these things that keeps popping up in this game, but this is the highest level we have in New Zealand. And if you're not making accurate passes, it's not going to help you or your team.
Yeah, you're just going to get yourself into trouble. So, but both teams are playing with some rough ice right now, so at least it's not slanted down one way right now.
Daigle steps into Max Hill at the line. And with St. Lee looking to get a bit of revenge, some good hitting happening. And Cistroni on it. Oh, if he could have received that on the forehand in stride, he would have been away on a breakaway.
Would have been gone.
That's Polozov. Nice pass up to Puckett, who has a chin strap undone. He'll go off and get that repaired. Polozov following up, taking a rebound swipe, but Chaba gobbles that up.
Raiding that glove again.
Well, players on the Swarm shooting glove side. They did get 2 on that glove side, so they're continuing to attack that one space. If any sign of weakness, you attack it.
That's exactly it.
So 5 minutes 50 here in the second period. Live ice hockey action. Thank you again for tuning in. Give us any questions if you want to have that on YouTube. Send it through for Matt and I. We'll more than happily look at them, even if you just want to say hello. We do appreciate your viewing. Polozov, very strong in his skates. Hard to knock off the puck. Gives it to Ollie Hay. Ollie to Whitston Lee. Oh, sorry, that's Vortnov. Vortnov to Sandoy.
It's wild to think that he is the best player that's ever come from one country. We're really just lucky to have him here, Remy Sandoy. I think he's probably the best player to come from Niue in at least the last 10 years, I'd say. What do you think? Rarotonga?
Yeah, we have lots of talent here in New Zealand from people that have, not just Kiwi talent, but people that have come from all sorts of different places. One of them being Alexander Polozov, hailed from a relatively small country called Estonia, yes.
We got Stefan Tuller here from Switzerland. That's correct, right? I should probably know that, seeing as I'm on his team. Maybe, hopefully he doesn't hear this. We got Andrei Kozak, who is from the Czech Republic. What do we got on the, we got a couple Canadians here on both sides.
So yeah, no matter where you are from, this is a game for everyone. So get amongst, get involved. As Mawson has the puck here for the Swarm. Just getting through center ice, takes a hit from Ellis. Oh, he sends his man down. That was a big collision as Ben Stephen is going to feel that one tomorrow. But Admirals have numbers here. Henderson on a partial break. Goes back to Ellis. Ellis shoots.
What a play by Richie Hopkinson.
On a defensive back check. Gets a stick on the other player's stick. And
it's a second
Ellis
effort.
Didn't get all of it, preventing him from having full shot as that great goal-scoring opportunity there.
Good back check. Good pressure by the Admirals down low there, though. They stuck with it and had 2 down low. Actually got past behind Stefan Thuler there. So
Thuler does play a little bit risky sometimes. He pinches in. Has a great wrist shot from the point there.
You can play risky when you skate like that guy. My God, what I'd give for his legs.
And he's very smooth skating defenseman. That is for sure. But I was going to say high risk, high reward in times in his play. If he does decide to pinch a little bit, as they look to make a late change here.
They're going to make the man rocket come back on.
He just wanted to stretch those legs a little further. And
Luke's going to the bench to do some more push-ups, and Stefan Thuler's back on the ice.
And Rooney gets it behind the goal, shoots in front of the net. A couple of whacks at it. Moses takes a shot. It goes wide. Harrop, he has it now behind the net, looking to wrap it around. Centering into Daigle. Daigle shot. Admiral pressure here.
Swarm looking tired out there. Luckily get it out.
Daigle to Hayward Jones. Hayward Jones backhands it in. Admirals sensing blood here a little bit, or sensing something. They were definitely pushing the envelope on this shift. Dueller, long pass, doesn't reach anyone, and that'll be an icing. And he won't be able to change.
No, not again.
He's got the hands on the hips. That's a telltale sign that he's tired.
This should be a great time for old Grace Harrison there to have a equipment malfunction.
That's it.
Give the boys an extra 30 out there.
Out. Yes, see, anytime you can use the rules to your advantage, that's one way of doing it.
Swarm get it out. Got a break here on a delayed offside.
He goes off. Good 2 minute through almost 2.5 minutes shift there. Oh, giveaway. Henry shot. Saved by Grace with that right pad, left pad. Ollie Hay.
Swarm defenseman going to get a change now. Ollie Hayes making a rush by himself.
But he can't break through that defense of the Admirals, and the Admirals get it. Vesper clears the zone. Does take another hit from Puckett.
Is it slow enough to make it? There we go, another icing.
Another icing. So we've seen a few icings here, and referees are quick to say, oh, you can't change, come back on. So some mental fatigue potentially setting in, as this is the second game of the weekend. It is both of these teams' second game in 2 days, and also the start of the season. However, it's been a very long off season.
Oh,
so this is the sort of thing that you keep yourself fit, you train for. So the players, in my mind, maybe shouldn't have much of an excuse to not have long legs or extra gas in the tank.
Long COVID, eh? Long COVID.
Potentially, okay.
That's what I'm blaming my poor stamina on. I mean, long COVID, I can use that, right?
And that's true. We don't want to dismiss the impact that's had on any community across the world, and it's something that's really, really challenging a lot of communities. And if anyone is suffering out there, make sure you speak to your photo and talk to someone and get the help you need, and look after your elderly and any vulnerable people out there.
It's been a long couple of years, hasn't it?
Yeah, and people are going to be wanting to travel a bit and get out there and get amongst things again, but just please be safe when you do so. Be considerate to others, and
I hope travel's getting a bit better. We're waking up at 2 a.m. to go to God's country for a few weeks here tomorrow, so it's going to be a long trip with a 8-month-old starting tomorrow morning.
Woo. Well, some people like to argue that this is God's country down here in New Zealand. I would be certainly one of them. It is an offend. I almost run out of adjectives to describe the place because it's just
some
stunning.
of the places you can go, like a 20-minute drive from your house, it doesn't seem real. It's not real over here. It's really the one way to describe New Zealand. It's Canada, just a lot smaller. It's got all the same stuff Canada has, but you can reach it all. That's the amazing thing. It doesn't take long. You can go snowboarding, surfing in the same day if you want.
Yeah, that is true. And like yourself, born in Canada, I live here. I'm not sure if you have a partner, but my partner's here watching the game with our little one. Well, she's not so little. She's 8 years old now. And also cousin Kaylee. So shout out to you, Kaylee. Thanks for coming all the way from Christchurch to watch a game of NZIHL hockey. We know how much you are a big fan of the game. So 1 minute 40 here left in the second period. It's still locked at 2 goals apiece. Play is still quite furious, quite fast. Lots of hits. But it definitely has a little bit of the slowdown right now. You can kind of feel that or sense that if you're watching this game.
Both teams not wanting to make a mistake in a tie game right now, especially after how last night went. Almost seems like next mistake might cost the game for whichever team causes it.
So no one wants to cough up the puck or be that person that does make that mistake, but that's how games are won or lost, with mistakes and breakdowns. So we'll see which team is going to be mentally composed here and battle through. Good forecheck here by Polozov, pressuring Hayward Jones. Chalice in on support on the back check. Tidies it up. Admirals break out of the zone. But again, a giveaway. Andy Hay has it, sends it back down. 40 seconds left. Chalice goes cross rake pass to Hayward Jones. Settles it, dumps it down. Takes a bit of a bump off the linesman.
Oh,
they do keep it in. That's
not
Harrop.
too many men.
So no call. Game continues. Zach Steven pinches. Doesn't hold that line. Kozak chases. Hits Regan. Falls. Gets back up. Hits Moses.
Strong forecheck by the Swarm here.
Andy Hay. Wrist shot from the point. Blocked.
Ooh,
like
that
a
had
goalie.
eyes. That had eyes.
Alex Regan stepped into it just like a goaltender would and blocked that shot.
I think Regan's got 6 or 7 saves tonight already, doesn't he?
Yeah. And at least that many breakouts. So excellent blocking of the shots from the Admirals. But now it's 2-2, and this second period has come to a close. We will have a short break. We'll be getting the Swarm's starting goalkeeper, Grace Harrison, up for a bit of a Kororo chat. Ooh. So if you're keen, Matt, maybe you want to ask some questions, send through some of those great thoughts that you might want to ask Grace. But we'll come back very soon. Thank you for tuning in.
Slow mover.
Kia ora whanau, welcome back to the second intermission period. We are joined by Swarm starting goalkeeper Grace Harrison. Thanks so much, Grace, for joining us in the middle of the game. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
No, it's good to be here, and I think I've mellowed out a little bit more in the past kind of season, especially playing with Matt. He's definitely demonstrated being a bit more chill and involved, and
Awesome. Yeah, we've just had Matt up here doing some of the commentary for the last two periods, so it's really neat to get a goaltender's perspective on watching a game, because you're the ones that are out there the longest, and often, like, he was complaining having a sore back just having to stand up here. I don't know what it's like for you playing 60 full minutes on a consistent basis. What's that like?
Yeah, no, it's getting a little bit tougher now. I got to have a pretty good warm-up, cool down. But I feel really privileged to be playing with Matt, because I think we have the confidence in both of us to kind of split a weekend and have those fresh legs on the ice, or relatively fresher legs, through that weekend. So a little tough that he's leaving me for a couple of weeks to go back to Canada, but we're pretty good pairing last year, so hoping to keep that rolling this season.
Absolutely, you're a very good tandem, and we talk a lot about stats, and I'm not sure if you're into stats with the goaltending, like save percentage and wins, losses. Like, what are there stats that matter more so for you as a goalkeeper?
So fun fact about me is that I actually got a degree in statistics and economics. But what I kind of learned through that journey was that I don't really like looking at stats when I'm playing hockey or throughout the season, just because it's a bit of noise, and it's probably not a very good indicator. It's all right, but it doesn't tell you where the shots are coming from and all those kinds of things. So not really too worried about that, and try and kind of keep it out. But yeah.
It is definitely mentally taxing, like if you're looking and crunching numbers all the time, and you have a very important job to stop the puck, so I guess your mental focus is predominantly on that, and you're doing a great job. It's a 2-2 scoreline right now up against the crosstown rivals, West Auckland. Does that rivalry still exist for you, and what does that mean playing against them?
Absolutely. It's such a fun rivalry to be a part of. Get to play in the BHL with a couple of the Admirals guys, and so really good friends with them, and kind of like to hear the chirps on the ice. Like sitting on the bench yesterday, it was quite fun to hear the noise between benches. But yeah, it's definitely still a rivalry, and we're good friends, but it's also really quite competitive, and it's one of my favourite games to come over to Avondale and play this one against them. Awesome.
Well, you've certainly been making a lot of noise as you've come through your journey from here in New Zealand, and then you got a chance to go over to Ontario in a place called Leaside. Can you tell us a little bit how that developed?
Yeah, absolutely. So when I was 17 doing, I think, I would have been 16. I was doing level 1. And you've got your kind of 6 to 8 week holiday over December. So played the New Zealand under-18 tournament against Australia, and then hopped on a flight to Leaside, or to Toronto, and played over in for the Leaside Wildcats with a couple of the girls from New Zealand. And all three of us actually went back there the following season, and went to high school in Canada. So Leaside was an awesome opportunity to kind of gauge where we were in proportion to the Canadian League, and have a run at that.
Awesome, and that's really good exchange type of a program that people are able to go back and forth, almost like a billeting system as well. And that set you up really well to get on to St. Lawrence University. You spent 4 years at St. Lawrence, still wearing the pads?
Yeah. So I think one of the really awesome things was when I went to Leaside, I kind of scoped out a bunch of different schools, went to high school for a year, and the college, the top league over there, they recruit pretty early, but I was pretty lucky, and St. Lawrence picked me up and took a real chance on me. So there's people along the way that just kind of help you on your journey, and the hockey community is just absolutely fantastic. So yeah, feel very privileged to have kind of gone through that pathway.
Awesome. Well, that just goes to show you, anybody that's watching out there, that you can combine the sporting and academic prowess playing in the New Zealand's top league. You played over in some of the top levels in America in the college, and you have an education, something to fall back on in case the professional ranks of hockey doesn't work out for people. You need career pathways. So that's a fantastic. I want to let you go, but this is an amazing opportunity. So if you have any messages for anybody as a goaltender, like to get into that position, what does that involve, and how can you encourage kids to be in this great sport?
I think, the biggest thing is hockey has a lot of awesome opportunities to go overseas, and as we're a minority sport, you kind of get that opportunity to be more internationally facing, which it's awesome. The other thing I think with the New Zealand hockey community is it's quite a small community. So like when we're out here playing against the Admirals, if there's anyone you don't like and you say something mean, you're going to have to go and sit next to them next week in the locker room for a social game. So you learn to be friends with everyone, and it's awesome community, really supportive, and
All right, well, let you get.
Grateful.
Thank you very much, Grayson. We want you to get back out there and not be so friendly on the ice and dial yourself back in to get into that third period action. Thank you for taking the time mid-game to do this. Good luck the rest of tonight and the rest of the season.
No, thank you.
Awesome. Kia ora, welcome back. We are here live, Paradise Avondale, out in West Auckland, Aotearoa, New Zealand, NZIHL action as the players just returning back out onto the ice. Botany Swarm taking on the West Auckland Admirals, and we have a 2-2 scoreline.
What a game so far, what a game.
Absolutely, Matt. So I was going to ask you, what are your thoughts so far on this game, and what do you expect to happen in this third?
Well, a little bit of bias here, but definitely the Swarm are going to take this one out. But it's been a very physical game so far, so I'm anticipating a bit more of that. Hopefully a few smoother passes from both sides in this third period, but I think we're in for a bit of a treat here.
Yeah, they really need to tighten up both sides with their passing. West Auckland's not going to lay over here at all. This is their home rink, tied 2-2. They're behind on the shot clock by the shots on goal. They have 15 registered shots to Botany's 27, almost getting doubled up. So Swarm looking to definitely keep that going. As
I think Chubba's having a nap on the ice right now.
A bit of a mare out there. He just had a big stumble, and he's gone down for an early bath.
I don't know if that's a good sign or not. Who knows? We'll see.
Well, maybe he's just that relaxed. He's having a good time out on the ice, and that's okay. Every goalie is different. I haven't met one goalie that's the same, and they have their own quirks and idiosyncrasies.
We're pretty special.
Oh, you never know what you're going to get sometimes with the goalkeepers, but it was nice to speak with Grace Harrison in that intermission break. It was
she's a legend, isn't she?
Yeah, really neat to see her pathway and how she got to. She did some high school over in Leaside, Ontario, and got her high school finished up, and then got recruited, and that's where it started. Yeah, with her process to getting out to St. Lawrence University, and just goes to show you, no matter where you are, you can get picked up. And
she's a top talent tender in this league too. There's not a lot of girls that do this, and it's pretty impressive. Like me and her as the dynamic duo in this league. It's pretty fun playing with her, man. She's taught me a lot. It's
very
good.
humble and very well spoken. So thanks, Grace. Good luck the rest of this period here, and hopefully in your absence as well, she can step up and.
Oh, we're in good shoes.
And Sandoy takes a hard slap shot. That's steered aside by Chaba. Looks to have gotten over his in-between period fall.
Good way to get back in it, eh?
Oh, take a shot on, make a save.
Swarm coming with numbers. Oh, could have went to the inside there.
Atwell, nice shot. And that's, again, redirected out of harm's way by Chaba.
That puck coming down on the merchandise booth. It's a free concussion for somebody in the stands. What a good day.
So what happens sometimes if you were watching this, when the puck gets deflected off the goaltender like that, the low roofing in this building is susceptible for the puck to hit it, and it's got this kind of metallic sheeting that is covering the insulation, and at times it gets knocked in by pucks, and then that just goes to show you the puck can literally go anywhere. You wonder what else is up there too. Look at it.
That'd be a gold mine for pucks.
That's Harrop, number 17, cutting in. Has it poked away by Hopkinson. Quite a good defensively responsible player, that Richie Hopkinson.
He's a great two-way center. We just got to convince him to get a new haircut, I reckon. But other than that, fantastic two-way player.
Again, everyone's got their own style, and it's just like sticks and how people tape them or not. Definitely some questionable haircuts out there, and hockey players are no different.
I was told by my barber the other day before I go back to Canada. Oh, here we go. Admirals with some numbers.
Vesper gets filled in by Mawson.
Straight leg Mawson back at it.
That could stick.
Yeah, I was told the only haircut I got left in the repertoire would be the balding man haircut. So she's short and never going back. I'll miss the long hair, that's for sure.
No matter what, you still got lots of style. As Vesper has the puck, takes a hit from Hay, sends it in.
That was more of a kiss on the lips than a hit there, I think, but
I was being generous.
Oh, Josh gets his stick caught in the Zamboni door.
Players got to be careful when they put their puck or their stick around that area in the Zamboni door. Even the puck takes some Avondale bounces. Sestroni gains the line, takes a hard shot. Grace.
Nice save, Grace. Good
tracks
puck
it well. and knocks it down, and then decides to hold on.
How sick are those pads of Grace's? My
yeah,
God.
We asked her about that. Those St. Lawrence pads that she's wearing, they a little bit softer because she played there for 4 years. She's been out of St. Lawrence now for at least 2 or 3 years, I would say. So they've seen at least 7 years of action. Possibly, I don't know how long pads last for goaltenders, but 7 years seems like that's a good limit.
Well, yeah, I retired for 8 years there and came back. Still got the same pucks. It looks like I've never made a save before. They're white as they can be. But that's the magic erasers. Magic erasers are their goalie's best friend.
I will ask you about that with goalies' equipment. If you want it to look more like they've had a lot of shots, or do you want it gleamingly
It's all about looks. It's 95% how good you look and 5% stopping the puck is what the goaltending position is.
That Swarm are now in the Admirals zone. Again, it's that puck control. Players battling for it here. Ollie Hay with it at the blue line. Takes a high wrist shot. Hits the glass. Remy Sandoy down to Polozov. Polozov hit by Daigle. Puck kind of just made its way towards Chaba, and Chaba said, all right, I'm going to hold on to this. Maybe his team was out there a little bit too long. Get a face-off, get some new players out on that rink. Again, the third period action as Chaba's adjusting his helmet here. Maybe a strategy, get a little bit more of a breather.
Speaking of things that are over 7 years old that probably need to be replaced.
That helmet, he's had that helmet for an awful long time.
Oh my God.
You wonder what's holding it together, to be fair. And padding, actually, especially your helmet, that's arguably the most important piece of equipment protecting your brain.
Somebody get this guy a cable tie.
You certainly want something that's comfortable and that's protective. That foam that's inside some of the helmets, after a period of time, will go hard and won't provide that protection and softness that you need.
Oh, and then it disintegrates. It goes hard and then starts crumbling off in your hair. Oh, it's
like
disgusting.
The old Bauer 4500s.
Oh, yeah, those are the best.
They were great helmets.
I love those.
You got to look after your head. Pay that extra little bit of money and get yourself some good head protection if you are playing this game.
I just got the text from the wife, says my boy's listening back home, tripping out, wondering how he can hear his dad right now, but he's not in the room.
Make sure you eat your
Hello,
veggies, boy.
Arthur.
That's the one. So there you go. You can be listening anywhere in the world watching this live stream broadcast through YouTube. Swarm from Botany are playing West Auckland Admirals. Admirals in the blue. This is their home rink, the Brig. And Chalice trying to get a shot on goal, but that's steered away by Mawson, a.k.a. Aquaman. Daigle, nice hard snapshot. It's a goal! Possibly redirected in front. Maybe it didn't.
Short side.
Short side, just above the pad, below the blocker on Grayson. That is a 3 goals to the Admirals. They take a 1-goal lead in this third period.
Imagine what this guy could do with 2 good eyes, eh?
Woo!
What a shot by Dagsy.
Yeah, Daigle, if you were not aware, he had a fairly horrific injury that happened to his eye. Swelled up real bad, almost lost the use of his eye.
I think he might be down to
surgery.
20% in it or something, he said, too.
Wow, and he's still playing and an excellent talent for this team, the Admirals.
Nice save by Chaba. Shot from the slot, that's what the Swarm need. Get some more shots from the middle of the ice. Deflection, oh! Here we go, now we got some rough stuff.
As players just go for it right in front of the net, his tempers are flaring. You can see the boil over after that shot. Swarm coming right back at the Admirals.
Gavin Puckett, the Rhino, going head first in there again. I like it.
Grabbing another souvenir, taking a stick for his collection.
Got 4 or 5 sticks tonight. That's good. That's about $1,200 in the pocket.
So good to see the Swarm not showing any back down at all, responding right away after a go-ahead goal by the Admirals.
Looks like we got coincidental penalties here, so it'll be evened up still. 2 boys in the sin bin. You feel shame.
That's a great call, I reckon, by the referees. I mean, they're letting this game play. There was some stuff after the whistle, and he just penalized 2 players that were really going at it. And that's fair. I think that's pretty level, and it keeps the game nice and nice. The guys know where they stand.
Exactly. They can police it themselves a little bit, but at least they know it's not going to go one-sided here, because that's the last thing you need in a one-goal game is going down short-handed after a defensive zone face-off. So, or offensive zone, I should say.
So offsetting penalties, that means that both teams will be now actually reduced by one man, and it's 4 against 4. So a bit more ice to work with. And Admirals showing that they have early control of the puck. Chalice with a shot from the point.
Nice save
Took
by
a
Grace.
deflect, like a tip down, changed direction, but Grace was able to make that
Looks like it might
save.
have actually went off her glove down, so. But then the puck, seeing, God, those are nice pads. I better not go past these. So that's good. See, I told you it helps. 95%.
Quick update with the score from the Christchurch Alpine Arena. The Sky City Stampede have just taken a 5-3 lead against the Canterbury Red Devils with 2 minutes remaining in that game. As we have a wrist shot there from Regan, well gloved down by Grace Harrison. So once again, that is the Sky City Stampede overcoming a 3-goal deficit and coming back now with a 2-goal lead with the last 2 minutes of play down in Christchurch.
I would have liked to see what the odds of them coming back from 3-0 were. TAB, get back to us.
Not that we endorse any of the sports betting at all here on this broadcast, but we want people to play and do as best they can. And when you have a comeback like that, it doesn't happen too often in hockey.
I guess I should have read the game sheets, eh?
4-on-4 action here. Admirals with control. Hayward Jones shot.
They're peppering Grace right now.
And
Storm got to get some composure here.
So since that penalty the offsetting penalties to Gavin Puckett, number 27, and number 2, Taylor Kennedy for the Admirals have seen that they've taken it a little bit more here, the possession of the puck, and the Swarm are looking to regroup. Bit out of sorts as Janssen tries to get around Daigle, takes a spill, gets it to Hopkinson. He mishandles the puck. Manny Sestroni collects. Gives it to Vesper. Taken away by Thuler.
Gets through the first 2, not the third. Hayward joins in deep now.
Wow, Thuler all over it, just like the last piece of Toblerone. Janssen, 1 against 2. Well met at the line by Daigle. Daigle clears that puck. 35 seconds remaining in these offsetting penalties. He goes off for a change. Thuler up the middle, doesn't get near his man, and Sestroni gets it. Taken away by Winston Lee. He tries to get through. Ooh. His pass is intercepted by Sestroni. 2-on-1 forming. Tries to get in the middle. Sestroni battling with it. Harrop looking to get that shot. Deflected away. Regan shoots. Deflected up high off the glass. As both players standing up in the penalty box getting ready to come back out on the ice. They will be allowed to come straight onto the ice during play as they do here, and it's back to 5-on-5. Max Hill gives it to Puckett. Puckett gets hit by Regan. Regan chips it in deep. Not quite deep enough as they can't get through. Taylor Kennedy. He sends it all the way down, goes for a change. As that is called.
He called an icing with the Swarm with
like
the puck.
He called
it was
icing.
Andy Hart was I think what he did is
delayed offside.
it's a delayed offside. Andy Hart ended up staying in there a bit long, so he called her down.
Okay, I see. So what a delayed offside is when an attacking player is still in the other team's defensive zone, and the puck gets put back in the zone, and he hasn't kind of tagged up or exited that area in time. So that will result in what's called a delayed offside, and that'll come all the way down into their defensive end. Oh, as Henderson kind of goes past the referee, and the referee takes a bit of a stumble, much to the Auckland Admiral fans' chagrin.
It's icy over there, eh? There you go, Swarm with numbers.
Polozov doesn't like it, turns away, takes a shot from a weird angle. Atwell backhands it down to Polozov. Polozov behind the net, puts it in front. That's head aside. Bordenov takes a wrist shot. No deflection there. Hayward Jones steps in front of it. Admirals again in the shooting lanes, blocking a lot of shots, just not getting through. Robin Vortnoff drops the puck down to Sandoy. Sandoy curls back. Passes to Mawson. Mawson to Richie Hopkinson. Stops up, goes back. Sandoy. Nicely taken away by Rooney as Sandoy holds onto his stick. And looks like he will be penalized. Kind of a lazy penalty there.
It was. Can't be doing that in the defensive zone, especially when you got position.
So some really good forechecking by Taylor Rooney. He was harassing Remy Sandoy, the much bigger man. And with that effort, he has been rewarded. As Sandoy held onto that stick just a little too long. And that is a holding.
Admirals keep ozone pressure there, and they get something out of it. It's exactly what you want to see from your forwards is pressure down low, harassing those defensemen, and something like that comes out of it. So we'll see what the Admirals can do on this.
So that's a 2-minute power play for the Admirals, looking to take a 2-goal lead in this third period. We're on just under 12 minutes remaining. And that's Ellis. Gets back, goes to Chalice. Chalice rims the puck all the way into the defensive zone of Botany. Ellis has it up to Daigle. Daigle sends it down low. And Henderson up to Daigle on this power play for the Admirals. Shot tipped in front. Grace makes the save. Henderson chips it towards the middle. Fraser collects it, gives it over to Daigle. Daigle has by himself, hard shot saved by Grace. She holds on, and the whistle then goes. A bit of a delay on that whistle.
I was going to say, I didn't hear a whistle there. That was taking a bit of time, wasn't it?
So 1:09 in this West Auckland Admirals power play. Swarm on the penalty kill. We just received word that the final score, that is full time down in Canterbury, 5 to the Sky City Stampede, 3 to the Red Devils. So Sky City Stampede continuing in good form. They are top of the table, yet to lose a game. As Rooney has his shot blocked on the way into the net. Puckett backhands that down.
Ooh, I think we might have a delay of game right here. Yep.
Referee is indicating
5 on 3.
Has hit the meshing, so
there's black meshing over there they have for public sessions, and it went off of that. So it'll be interesting to see because that is hanging over the edge of the ice. It's hanging over top of the glass. So this will be interesting.
We'll see what the referees decide here. Is that black meshing that you refer to is kind of a divider that separates the learn to plays or the hockey section and the figure skating when they have open sessions here at this rink, because it's a multi-purpose rink. You may have noticed that there are some curling dots and circles on the ice. They do a bit of curling here as well.
I have yet to see that actually here.
It's good fun. Yeah. Oh, it's a good fun. It's I don't know. Curling is just in a lot of people's blood.
They are giving them a penalty here. I'm sure the Swarm won't say too much about that. A 5 on 3 with 11 minutes left.
In a 1-goal hockey game, that is a very big decision to make by the referees, especially when you have that meshing that is overhanging on top of the ice rink. Still technically
the argument
above the glass.
Would be it was well going out of play anyways, you know, so it's the right call by the refs. We'll see what the Admirals can do here.
Well, that means they have a 2-man advantage. 3 Swarm. Ooh, as the pass goes across to Ellis from Henderson. They couldn't quite tap that in back door.
Gracie's going to have to be sharp here.
To Ellis, to Daigle. They move the puck quickly. Henderson doesn't get it through. Henderson to Flynn Hayward-Jones. Across to Chalice. Admiral setting it up. Over to Daigle. Doesn't shoot it. Holds on. Gets it. One-time shot here. Saved nicely on the paddle from Grace.
Great rebound control by Grace. Nice hit by Stephen Mawson down in the corner.
But Swarm unable to clear. Chalice over to Daigle. Daigle. Back to
Missed
Chalice.
Opportunity to get it out.
Up top to Daigle, who's quarterbacking the power play. Admirals in total control of the puck here. Feather a pass over across to Henderson. Henderson wrist shot. Grace does well to hold on to that one. She was in the right spot to be big. Bigger you are, less net to shoot at.
If I was in net, it's 4-2 right now. So nice save. Nice save.
So Grace
actually
keeping her team in it.
8-2, but whatever.
Give yourself some credit. You know, don't be too hard on yourself.
I got to downplay it. I'm gone
season
for the next 4 games right now. I don't think most of the team knows that either, so maybe they'll find out on the live stream when they watch this tomorrow.
Well, we wish you all the best in your trip back to Canada.
Thank you.
And we have another whistle on the play. But play has continued, so I'm not entirely sure if the players even heard the whistle. It was a bit of a bird chirp.
It was a cute whistle blow, that was.
So the referees will converge, say, hey, did you mean to blow it? Did you blow the whistle? I couldn't quite hear it.
I'm thinking hand pass outside. That's the guess.
A difficult job, but somebody's definitely got to do that. 9:51, third period time is ticking down. 49 seconds left in this Botany Swarm.
They got one man out of the box, which is good.
So they are still on the penalty kill.
Offside by about 73 feet.
So Andy Hart was above, in front of the blue line there as the puck got brought in the zone, so that results in an offside. So they'll come back just outside that blue line. There is a red face-off dot, one of the many dots on this ice surface, besides the large crop-looking circles that are used for curling.
Now tell me, did we get another shoot for a Hundy win in the second intermission there?
Well, it's so exciting to watch. It's really great that a lot of different people come onto the ice and shoot for that $100 potential prize.
Right in the face.
Right in his face.
A late call, too.
Okay, the stick came up. I don't think it was on purpose. It was just a reactive kind of move by Scott Henry.
Rode up.
As he knows, he got the stick up on Johnson.
Rode up his stick right in the face. This could be 4 minutes if he's bleeding.
So if the player does draw blood at any kind of part of the face area, that will add another 2 minutes onto the penalty. Doesn't quite seem enough, in my opinion, but that's something that players, like in that facial area, they wear these half visors. However, they don't have anything covering that lower portion of the face. And often that's, like I've been victim of it myself with high sticks, elbows, pucks, you name it, and it's resulted in quite a few scars. Good thing I've got a beard to cover them up. But
That's why you see most hockey players with facial hair. They're covering something up. We're having another little powwow in the corner here. We'll see what comes of this.
So they're probably just checking to see if there was blood on Jansson's face. It does look like he's just, there's indication. He spat on the ice surface, and it's glaring red.
Yeah. I don't know what color his blood is, but it looks pretty red to me. Let's see what
that will change the 2-minute penalty
2 minutes
that Scott Henry has received to a 4-minute penalty, which will extend the Swarm power play. At the moment, there is 17 seconds left in Whitston Lee's penalty.
So it looks like they're leaving it. Oh, no, it's up to 4. There you go.
Okay, so they've just made that adjustment. So at the moment, with this penalty to Scott Henry and Whitston Lee, who's just going to come out of the box, it is 4 against 4. But as soon as Whitston Lee is on the ice, that will be the power play officially starting for the Swarm. Olazov battling Daigle. Gives it to Vortinov. And Hay can't hold the line. Ellis poke checks it away. And now Whitston Lee goes onto the ice, and Swarm will start their power play.
Swarm have 3 minutes, 30 seconds to get something done here. Puck open in the slot.
Shot.
Oh, right in the logo.
Bit of a golden opportunity for Ollie Hay, but the puck was rolling on him, and he shot it. Went right in what we call the breadbasket area of the goaltender. And he swallows it up and says, I'll take that. Thank you. Can I have another?
Good to get a shot on that with a rolling puck there, at least. You like to see that.
Vortinov has the face-off win. Atwell comes in to support, collects the puck. They lose it, though, and Daigle sends it all the way down the ice, killing some of that time on this double minor penalty to Scott Henry.
3 minutes, 10 left.
Swarm at the other end of the rink that they need to be to score. Moving down, Atwell. It's past Hayward Jones. Passes it up to Ollie Hay. Ollie takes a wrist shot, deflected high.
Just over.
So I see the Swarm have elected to put some of their big-bodied men in front of the goal with Atwell and Remy Sandoy. It's a kind of a wise move as they are large, meaning they take up a lot of ice surface, and it's blurring the goalie's vision seeing that puck. So
it's tough, especially when you got somebody like Remy Sandoy wearing ski boots out there. There's a lot of skate to go off of from a shot from the point, so that's what they're hoping for there is just a deflection to get by Chuba, who's having a pretty good game right now.
Harrop, very good experienced penalty killer. Sends that puck down. As Mawson has it, gives it to Kozak. Kozak decides to dump it all the way around the boards. Puck momentarily crossed the line as Rooney has a one-on-one with Thuler. Elects to have a wrist shot, goes up high off the glass. No real big danger in that shot.
Unless you're trying to get a 3-point field goal.
And that's a CFL reference, anybody who missed that. Canadian football, arguably better than NFL, but that's
Love
just
it.
a
Way
bit
more
of my
passes.
biased opinion.
Love it. Way more passing.
Kozak. Down to Gavin Puckett. No, excuse me, that's Thuler. Puckett's not on the power play for the
Man
Swarm.
rocket Thuler.
Mawson, shot, blocked by Harrop.
Puck comes through to the
Puck is
front
in
of
the
the net.
slot. And it's cleared by Rooney.
Swarm,
out of harm's
Swarm
way.
players off to the side again. They got to be in front of that net trying to clean up that garbage in front. You're going to get a lot of goals there, especially seeing rebounds sticking out front like that. There's been a lot of those today that they just haven't been able to get onto.
And this is the time in the game they really need to convert on these opportunities. They're up a man. They don't want to go back to 5-on-5 when they have less opportunity to score.
That was very close. That went off of Chuba's right inside of his right pad there. Didn't see a shot coming.
Admirals not rolling over at all as Atwell comes back in the zone. Stops up. Looking to set up. Gives it to Ollie Hay. Too far for him. And now it's Polozov. Polozov side. Back door to Remy Sandoy. Knocked well off the puck by Vesper. Vortnov over to Atwell. 1 minute left in the penalty.
Doing a good job of getting bodies on that puck from shots from the point.
As the puck is stuck on top of the back of the net, and the players were kind of hacking and whacking at it, but it did not get dislodged from the netting, and the referee decides, okay, we will stop play as a couple more scrums ensue. So 55 seconds remaining in that double minor to Scott Henry. Hoping not to feel shame if the Swarm do manage to score, but they have not done so yet on that penalty.
They've kind of had the Admirals number this period, but Admirals up by 1 so far in this third period. 6 minutes left to play.
Oh, the giveaway here by Vortnov.
Another tape-to-tape pass to the wrong team. Seen a few of those tonight, haven't we?
Again, a good thing about these broadcasts is that the players will also have opportunity to review the footage. Not that they always do. Again, like my coaching hat says, please do, as Ollie tries to crash literally into the net. And he goes down hard. And we'll have a whistle.
Ollie Hayes, one of those players that is not scared of putting his head down and crash into the net, try and make something happen. If he didn't get sideswiped there, you know he's coming out front. You never know what's going to happen. A lot of bodies, a lot of sticks, a lot of feet in the way. That's a good play. I'm sure he doesn't feel all that great right now after running into that net, but
nevertheless, we carry on. We got 5 minutes, 39 seconds of hockey to be played. 21 seconds of that time is the Swarm power play. So Admiral's looking to kill off this double minor. That will definitely sting the Swarm a little bit.
yeah, 5 seconds left. Here's their last chance.
And Scott Henry has been released out of the penalty box and is now 5-on-5. So Admiral's probably getting a little bit of a buoy or a bit of a spur on from killing off that double minor penalty, especially in a very close game in the third period.
Swarm almost just got caught. 2 Admirals and 1 forward for the Swarm back there. That could have been a bit of a disastrous play. Luckily, Richie Hopkinson and that sexy haircut of his stuck. Oh, here we go.
Breakaway to Ellis. He streaks in behind the Swarm D. He's back in. He shoots and scores.
Oh, what a move. What a
great move by Ellis as he was in behind the Swarm defense. Makes no mistake, and it is now 4-2.
Swarm defense obviously trying to keep the play in the offensive zone. You got to take a little bit of risk at, down 1 with 5 minutes left in the game. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for them, and they stretched Fraser Ellis out for a breakaway. He's not going to miss too many of those, is he?
Oh, that was a great move that he pulled off, but off an even better pass to see that all the way through the neutral ice area, especially after a 4-minute power play to the other team, and you killed it off. To get a goal after that,
yeah, that's tough.
That's a very tough one to come back from if you're the Swarm.
That is tough. Ollie Hay thinking Andy Hart was that net, trying to run through it again. Oh, and the net again.
He's going to be called as he takes down Harrop with an extra little bit of a whack. So he's crashing in the net, looking to stir some things up, taking a couple of shots himself.
Took a couple shots to the head there. No extra calls coming, looks like.
So again, hockey, ice hockey here in this country or anywhere in the world is often an emotional sport. And players can, in the moment, react quite emotionally, and we saw that there after Ollie crashed the net. A little bit of a battle ensued, and lots of face washes, a couple of punches as well, as Taylor Kennedy's going to sit down.
Taylor Kennedy and that mustache have been in this penalty box 3 times tonight or 4?
Well, maybe, I don't know, you can take some notes if you want to get some tips on how to grow a great stash.
Well, that's one way to get on the score sheet, so I'm sure I'll have a chat with him about that. He's on there today.
There you go. So we'll see how they've called this. It looks like they're offsetting minor penalties. So there's no man advantage. There's just going to be equal penalties to both sides, which is a bit unusual. So as the referees sort out the back of the net. Oh, it looks like it might. Oh, okay. I'm not sure if that's a 4-minute penalty. I'll take that back. It looks like it's going to be offsetting, meaning that both teams are penalized equally.
Not coincidentals, though. So coincidental penalties, they actually get to keep 5 players on the ice, but they're giving them 2 separate penalties here.
It's a 5-on-4, so maybe they just haven't put up one of the other penalties because the Admirals have 4 skaters. I'm sorry, that is actually even. We go back to school here, Matt.
That's all right. It's been a while. We don't use math in the real world, do we?
You're speaking to a math teacher, bud. There we go. All right, it is 4-2 at the moment and 4 minutes remaining in this game. We're in the 3rd period.
Good play by Rooney on the blue line there to get it out. That's hard work right there.
So it is offsetting penalties, but it's 4-on-4, and Swarm really looking to get this game a little bit closer to make it a 1-goal game instead of 2.
You'd be watching Grace. They might be pulling Grace out of that nut here to try to get an extra skater on the ice nice and early.
So at the moment she stays and Kozak steps into it. That puck goes right up into the netting as one of the Admirals players crashed into his own goalie and Chaba goes down.
Bit of a yard sale in front of the net. Everything's got to go.
Another great shot of that vintage almost bucket. Even the front cage is rusted, as you see. It's not gleaming white like it possibly used to be. But
if
hey,
it ain't broke, don't
working,
fix it,
that's
eh?
it. Just about to say it, so there you go. Even one of the best in the game, Dominic Hasek, had one of the ugliest buckets I've ever seen on a goaltender.
Chris Osgood. No, Tim Thomas. Dear
that was
Lord.
Yeah. But there's some goalies. There's one in New Zealand here. He's called Scott Collins. Where's it? Oh, as we get the shot. Goal!
What a
That's
goal by Richie Hopkinson.
Receiving the pass from behind the net. He cashes in the upstairs corner as we get a little sidetracked on our helmet chat.
That'll be good for the highlight package, won't it?
We're talking about the helmets, and then Hopkinson buries it upstairs. So you talk about being in the net front. He went to the net, got a nose for it.
That was a great pass from behind the net, though. They took Chubba to the far side of the net, thinking they were coming out his weak side there. pass back to the other side of the net. Chubba came very close to getting his shoulder on that, but I think it just went up and over, squeezing that post.
So we shall see. We got 3 minutes 19 left in this period, in this game, and it's a 4-3 hockey game.
And it's still 4-on-4 hockey too. Lots of ice out there.
Indeed, and we're going to see if one of the teams elects to have a timeout, possibly taking it soon, and that's an offside call. We'll see what happens here if they elect to make the timeout now or what troops they want on the rink. If they're fresh, Hopkinson certainly got the hot stick.
Yeah, be riding that, boy. Go for the hattie. Too bad that I don't have a hat on, though, so not going to help. I can't be throwing nothing on the ice tonight.
Ellis breaks in and one-on-one against Sandoy. Curls back looking for some help. Goes to the shot on net. Grace steers that aside. Chalice. Down to Ellis. Chalice having a little bit of a quiet game, but he introduced himself to somebody on the far boards there.
Max Hill's been taking a few, but he's still going. Good to have Max back with the Swarm this year.
And that's going to result in a penalty as Chalice just takes a little bit of a liberty on someone else there.
Interference.
And another call gets made.
That going against the captain, Justin Daigle.
So there's an interference penalty. Looks like it's being called against the West Auckland Admirals.
Or the Swarm as well.
And also to the Swarm, that's Gavin Puckett going into the sin bin. As he looked like he retaliated against Jordan Chalice.
Must be what it was. We got 2 seconds, and both the Taylor Kennedy and Ollie Hay will be coming out of the box as well.
So a bit of a penalty fest in this last 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, I think Gavin just wanted to go say hi to Ollie. I'm not sure why he's in there.
He's been released,
yeah.
So they're not giving a penalty to Gavin Puckett. I thought he was called with some kind of retaliation onto Jordan Chalice after Chalice hit Hill kind of just in front of us at the commentary booth.
Blue line.
It was marginally late. It was still a legal hit against the boards.
Ah, good call, good call. Keep them honest till the end of the game here. 2.5 minutes left. Swarm on a power play. What a game.
As Admirals captain Justin Daig sits down for 2 minutes here. And it is 2 minutes 35, so do not go away. We have a power play now to the Botany Swarm, and it just shapes up to be a 5-on-4. A bit of a 4-on-3. Wrist shot here, blocked.
Big block shot again by the Admirals.
Admirals, that's a key block in the game. What a time to take a block. Ollie Hay skating hard in. And Admirals send it right back down the other way. Swarm needing to regroup in a hurry.
Swarm have not pulled their goalie yet either.
So Ollie Hay gains the line. 3-on-2. Goes to one knee. Shot. And doesn't get through. Grace is still in the goal. Unsure why she's not being pulled yet. Swarm on the power play. Could put 6 on to have 6-on-4, but they're electing to have 5-on-4 at current. And Regan tying up the man and the puck. Up to Vortnov. Vortnov, wrist shot. Gloved by Chaba. 1 minute 43, third period. 1 goal game.
Can we send an email to the Swarm to pull their goalie right now? Minute 45 left, power play. Stars are aligning here and here it is. The email has been sent, and Grace is heading to the bench.
There you go.
Ask and you shall receive, I guess.
It's just kind of coaching 101. It's all good just to get the right players out there in the right times, and now they've got 6 on against the Admirals 4. Big face-off here. Hopkinson manages to get it to Kozak. Kozak staying away from Chalice. Gets it down to Reed Cole making an appearance. This is unusual. We haven't seen Reed Cole all game, and he's come in the last 2 minutes of the game as an extra attacker.
Front of the net specialist, Reed Cole, Cole Reed.
And he's doing his job. He's there, and he shoots, and he has he scored
there?
Is that puck in? Wow. Making an immediate impact on the game is Reed Cole.
That was a pretty early whistle, was it not? I don't know. They might have a chat about this.
So it's looking like the referees will have a chat if that is going to be determined a goal or no goal. There was a whistle. The puck was loose in front of the net. It looks like no goal has been called. Play will continue. 1 minute 20 left. Botany Swarmers on the power play with 46 seconds remaining to Justin Daigle's penalty. Swarm net is empty. 6-on-4. Janssen in the middle to Hopkinson. Hopkinson shot swallowed up by Hopkinson.
Reed
as
Cole
Reed
doing
Cole
his thing in
crashes the
front.
net.
Just making his dinner plans with the boys tonight.
So that takes another 6 seconds off the clock. We'll just have a quick see if there's going to be a timeout. Doesn't look like they're electing to call the timeout. They've got 6 on. No net, no goalie in the net for the Swarm. They have 6 players on the ice, 4 for the Admirals. Another very big face-off. Hopkinson wins it to Janssen. Janssen back to Thuler. Thuler. Oh, has it taken away by Chalice. He got in front of that lane as Sandoy collects it, dumps it in. Hayward Jones rims it all the way around the board, stopped by Thuler. He has it, looking for some help. He's got 6 players or 5 other players to help him. And the puck is cleared by Chalice, taking more time off that clock.
And because they've got a penalty right now, that's not icing.
Correct. So Hopkinson collects. They still have 6 on. Daigle just about to come out of the box. 5 seconds at his penalty.
Richie Hopkinson down low, ready for his hat trick tonight.
Does he pass it? He goes for the feather pass. Shot across. Oh, what a save by Chaba, robbing Vornov on the line. Mawson, hard shot. Puck is loose in
still
middle.
Loose in front.
They battle for it. Daigle comes away with it, sends it down the ice. Does it go
Icing.
in? Just past the net. That will be an icing.
Ooh, and
16. Ooh, it's gone down to 15.
A lot of seconds off the
clock.
clock
Extra
there.
seconds tick down. Maybe they want to have a timeout. Add a couple of seconds. What action here at the Brig. West Auckland Admirals have 4. Botany Swarm with 3. As they're
talking to the refs right now about the clock. There's a few seconds got taken off the clock there.
So they could possibly add at least 2, maybe even 3 more seconds. Every second will count here as the Swarm possibly calling their timeout right now. Putting in a last minute play, well, literally last second set of play.
Looks like they're changing the seconds left on the clock as well. 20 minutes, huh? I don't know if they lost that many seconds, but that's all right. We'll take that.
The game, we'll give a minute for the score bench to update the clock as the Botany Swarm have taken a timeout. They have updated it to 20 seconds, so that's a fairly generous amount.
I was going to say plus or minus 2 seconds, yeah.
Plus or minus, and they took it way higher.
Yeah.
Oh, as they are starting to count it down.
This is just timeout now.
Okay.
Well, what do you think? Got 20 seconds left.
Is it a bit too little too late? I mean, Swarm definitely showed flurry of action. They didn't convert on that 4-minute power play. They've really put themselves in this position. If they do not score here, they've kind of made their bed.
They have 20 seconds left, but you've seen in that start of the second period, there's 3 goals in a minute. There's more than enough time to get one here. Swarm got to win this face-off to keep their hope alive for tonight.
So Vesper against Atwell on the face-off. And puck stays in the skates. Vesper and Polzov gloves it to the net. He almost tried to throw it into the net, but Chaba puts the glove down, taking another few seconds off the clock.
Back to where they were really before they added a few seconds to the clock. 14 seconds left.
Back to the face-off. Net empty for the Swarm. 6 on 5. Admirals win the face-off. As they get the puck down, clear it from danger.
Looks like that could be it
So
for the
puck is ticking
game.
down. Swarm trying to get a last chance, and they do not. They are unsuccessful. Admirals cleaning up the weekend, taking this one with a score of 4-3.
Great game, great game.
Absolutely great game. Swarm gutted to be on the wrong end of that one. They definitely made an interesting contest, finishing with 3 goals, but that's less than 4, if my maths is still correct.
You got it this time, buddy.
So there we go. That is a 4-3 game, and the Admirals have got double the points and looking to carry that over into their next weekend set of games. So thank you very much for tuning in to this YouTube live stream broadcast as the Admirals salute their fans and the Botany Swarm also salute their fans. Earned a well-deserved rest themselves, that is for sure. I know that you've got a flight to catch. You're going to be off very soon. So again, thank you very much for watching. On behalf of Matt Kennedy, myself, Ian Wanamaker, Josh, Michael, and our cameraman, we are signing off. Thank you for tuning into this NZIHL action. Keep safe out there. Ka kite ano.